Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
It's okay, he gave it to you.
Are we?
Hey! We're back.
Oh,
Okay.
I need
welcome
you
We're back.
to Northern Lion plays the binding of Isaac.
Wait,
After
no,
Birth
don't
Plus.
say that. You can't plug that.
I just did.
Welcome back to We Review.
Every X-Men movie.
Well, it's probably
Ever.
become a review movie ordeal.
Yeah,
because,
we're currently on the X-Men arc
Yeah.
of
You can call
movie
it that.
reviews.
So we just finished watching
X-Men
X-Men
Origins. Wolverine.
X-Men Origins of Wolverine.
Wolverine.
basically a Deadpool story.
Wow.
Yes.
Spoiler.
So, I'll run a quick plot. Little Jimmy Howlett's sick, and he's in bed, and the next door neighbor's dad's coming over, and he's drunk, and he's got a gun.
Yep.
Oh my God! He kills his dad.
Dude, you're
That
like,
makes
you're
the
like going
mutant
through like
genes come
step by
Yeah, no,
step.
I'm about to make hard jumps. Turns out, guy was Wolverine's dad all along. Jimmy Wolverine. Got bone claws. Crazy. It's the 1800s.
Killed his own
brother.
dad.
Kills his own dad.
His
Brother.
with him,
His brother Sabretooth.
Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom. Not that.
That is not that. No. Victor Creed. His name is Victor Creed.
Apollo Creed.
No. Okay.
And so then they go through every war. Every major war they fight in it.
Yeah, so the intro sequence is literally like, hey, here's a major war. Here's Wolverine and his brother fighting in the major war. Here's them getting shot and winning
fine.
battles.
Yep, no
And then it
problems.
just keeps spanning forward and, you know, what, Civil
Like, they started the
War,
Civil War,
Revolutionary
yeah.
War, or whatever, and then you go to World War One,
Two.
Normandy.
Yep.
And then
You got Vietnam
Vietnam,
and
And they
Korea.
go crazy.
It-
in Vietnam. Like
I
everyone.
don't know.
Like
no one
everyone.
questions it.
I think it was filmed extremely well, but I thought it was really weird.
Yeah,
Like, very, very strange.
that's fair.
A way to start off an Origins movie, but
It's to prove like how old they
Yeah,
are.
it's just
You
like-
a scale
And
how
that
long
they
they've
are,
been there.
and that they are animals that just are there to
Just
murder.
kill.
yeah.
And another thing, the chronological to the comics, they are that old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't a plot contrivance. Wolverine is that old.
But continue your plot.
So Sabretooth's off about to do some terrible Vietnam things because those happened.
Yep.
And we can't deny it.
yeah.
And the soldiers are like, nah, and then Wolverine's like, hey, what you doing? And so then they get court-martialed and shot, and they're fine because they're stupid.
Yeah, the firing squad's like, well, fuck.
Yeah. They get recruited into the Weapon X program, and they hang out with Deadpool and Will.i.am, who can teleport, and the Blob, and
We've already got a blobby.
and that one guy who can control electricity stuff.
And the
What
other
about
guy who
Bullet
can
guy?
shoot shit.
And yeah,
Zero.
Agent Zero, who has guns.
Inspiration for Wolverine.
Yep.
Shoot. That's not.
They're looking for adamantium, and Deadpool's cool.
Yep.
Even pre-powers, Deadpool is cool.
I mean, he was doing some pretty bullshit stuff.
Oh,
with those
yeah.
Swords,
Yeah,
like
especially
blocking bullets.
considering he is not a mutant at all.
He's just a dude.
Yeah.
He was a
He
mercenary.
was just a dude.
Yeah, he was just a dude. He
Yeah.
had no powers.
He wasn't a mutant until he was turned into
he
one.
was turned into a mutant.
He was the best human soldier they have.
Yeah, that bullshit going.
Yeah.
He was spinning those swords real quick.
So we'll preface before
In
we
that
keep
case,
going.
Zero isn't a mutant.
This movie was just a lot of fun.
It is a bonkers ride, is what it
That's
is.
it.
It's well worth the
Serious,
ride.
But,
There were some sad parts.
well, hold on, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Keep going to plot.
Wolverine wants out because they're gonna murder this entire village, and he's not part of
Yeah,
that.
he's not on that.
So then he becomes a lumberjack and is banging some super hottie that's a school
Megan
teacher,
Fox level.
like Transformers era Megan Fox.
Megan.
Yeah.
Before the
Whatever,
thumb.
I guess.
And then Stryker's like, "Hey, come back. People are going missing." I'm kind of skipping over the fact that Electricity Guy died.
Spoiler.
If you've seen this movie, yeah. So somebody's hunting down all their old team. Wade's dead. Electricity Guy's dead. Stryker's like, "Hey, you better watch out. We don't know who's doing it."
Help us find who's doing it.
And then Sabretooth kills the shit out of Wolverine's girlfriend. And then or does he? And then Stryker's
That's a lot of this movie.
like, "Oh, I told you should have come with me." And and he's like, "Yeah, you're right. Here, put this metal in my bones."
Yep.
It's like, oh, we're gonna erase his memories. Ah, nah.
And he's like, nah,
break 'em out.
and he fucking naked flexes his way right on out of there, just full dong in front of everybody,
Second best
in
part
front
of
of
the movie.
Jesus and everybody.
Yeah.
And then he jumps off a waterfall.
Then he runs out he does the X on the wall and runs out and he's completely dry, and then he jumps back into the waterfall to get wet again.
Yep.
Funny scene with the old people as he's running naked through their field. That was fun. Then some bullshit with helicopters and Humvees happens.
I will say a lot more CG in
A
this
lot
movie.
more CG. They were liberal with the
Wasn't
CG.
super well done.
It was 2009.
Yeah.
We were
Okay.
still PS3.
To be fair,
we were still
When did
PS3
Inception
era.
come out?
To be fair, Iron Man had come out already a year ago.
Only 2 years later.
Inception,
Inception
was
happened,
2011, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No.
It was
I think I've seen that
2011,
movie
yeah.
once.
It was somewhere around there.
We're still referencing that. Holy shit.
So he's gonna go find out what he can from Will.i.am, and then Blob's there and he's got fat, and it looks real bad. And
Got himself a Frosty.
and he finds out where there's somebody who's escaped the island where they're taking all the mutants.
Gambit.
It's Gambit, and he has no Cajun accent whatsoever. And then
Still kind of cool.
yeah,
Still charming
still
as hell.
very cool in the character. Can't wait for that Channing Tatum movie that'll never happen.
That would be an interesting.
And
Stand by
then
it.
and then they go to the island, and there's a big fight scene. Will.i.am gets his spine snapped because he doesn't teleport all at once. He does it layered in his body. So skeleton teleports first. And he grabs his body and just snaps the shit out of that.
It's pretty
Sabretooth
brutal.
does. It's pretty brutal. Then they go into the island, and turns out, oh no, his girlfriend wasn't dead all along.
No, she was really like.
Oh my god. She's also a mutant and has
Kayla.
been controlling you.
Yeah,
But she
Kayla
says she
from the
hasn't.
Mutant office.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, it's actually me.
Whoops.
And then Wolverine's like, nah, I ain't having this. And then Sabretooth and her get into an argument, and she screams, and he comes back.
He's like, fuck.
And then
I love you,
they
bitch.
fight because they have to fight because that's who they are.
For some
And then
reason.
she's got to save her sister along with a bunch of other X-Men that'll be there in the future. And
Including Scott Summers.
yeah, Scott Summers is there, and he's got his laser eyes, and he murders the shit out of like 6 dudes.
Yeah, speeding it up, Deadpool fight,
Yeah, Deadpool fight, boy.
and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh, I Deadpool.
You just shink.
Wolverine and Sabretooth team up to beat Deadpool. The end.
Beat.
Wolverine gets shot in the head with adamantium bullet MacGuffin that erases his memories.
Yep.
And then, yeah, walking till your feet bleed.
That's your actually pretty detailed synopsis from what we usually give.
And it was because we're fresh off it, and it wasn't as boring as the others.
Yeah, it's right.
So next up, we got villains.
So
Strider.
We got a
Sabretooth
decent amount in this one.
Striker.
and Stryker. Sabretooth's like a weird
Deadpool.
villain.
Yeah,
Well-
Deadpool is second half of the thing.
Yeah.
Using
I think top tier bad guy Sabretooth.
Yeah.
yeah.
Liv Schreiber as Sabretooth was
Oh,
really
this guy,
fun.
Yeah. But I just don't get their relationship.
That's
Like throughout all of X-Men,
It's that
their relationship
stupid.
is like the most complicated,
Yeah.
convoluted
Stupid
piece of
brother.
garbage.
It's
you've
that
ever
stupid
They're
heard.
big
brothers.
brother, little brother,
They're
gotta
not.
beat him up.
Like,
They're
the thing
no.
is, they're not
Historically, they
always
Yeah.
brothers.
when they
In
were,
this, they're brothers though.
yes
They're brothers.
when they were
Bad
created, they
fight.
weren't brothers. They were partners
They've had to
with
deal
similar
each other
powers.
for like
Some of
200
them-
years or something.
Their father and
Their
son.
father and
Some
son.
of them, Sabretooth is his father.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's the ultimate universe,
That's
I
the
think.
problem with the universes thing, and that's why that this is not related to any of those. Because if you're not in 616, you're fucking fucked.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
616 got totaled about 2 years ago.
Yeah, but 616 is where I know everything from.
Good luck with that.
Stryker is just kind of a military asshole who's totally
Mastermind.
playing the shit out of Wolverine, playing him
Yeah.
like a fiddle.
Fiddle.
A lot less interesting. Well, Stryker's a lot less interesting, honestly. He's got the whole thing of, oh, my son's a mutant and he killed my wife.
You want to talk about less interesting? Deadpool at the end of the
Deadpool,
movie.
who gives a fuck?
I mean, if you didn't know that as Deadpool, it'd be kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, if
'cause
they
I remember
didn't-
seeing that and I
if they
really
didn't
think
name
it
drop
clicked that it was
Deadpool.
Deadpool, and I was
He's
like,
got-
whoa, that's
well,
kind of crazy.
He's got swords coming out of his arms. He can teleport.
that
He's
doesn't
got
count. He's got the healing.
lasers. Well, I mean, like normal Deadpool.
Well,
he's
normal
got
Deadpool has the healing
advanced
power.
healing factor.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about Deadpool.
Because he
Other-
takes it from
other than his
Wolverine.
funny joke.
and they sewed his mouth shut, so he can't.
Yeah, so he
talk.
can't be the merc with the mouth because he's got no mouth open.
Yeah, those are the main villains.
Yeah, like I said,
Honestly.
Sabretooth's best, and he's an antagonist, but not
Yeah.
really the villain.
I agree.
Next up is action.
Most action by far. Of any
Leaps and bounds above all the amounts of action. They also went with the
Yeah.
fuck realistic. We're going CG on this one,
Dude, yeah.
and so we have no
CG
more
Charles.
CG Charles.
CG
Was
Charles.
rough. But yeah,
Hey, can I ask you? Do you think that was the real Charles Xavier, or do you think that was a CGI doll they put in there?
I mean,
with a
I'm sure
voice?
they stood him in there and then had
Yeah.
him,
Mocap.
yeah, and then just smeared his face with fucking
plaster green.
Smooth
yeah.
tool.
yeah the smooth tool in Photoshop.
2009.
I think while the action, we know, while the action was cool, they had nice moments, it was all, like, really cheesy and
Oh yeah, it's super over the top.
and, like, very cliche. It's like
Yeah.
the walking away from the explosion. It's like,
And that
Well,
was
guys,
one
don't
of
look
the
at
first
explosions.
ones
did y'all
to
really just
do
do
that.
that?
That's true. That is a very early walk away from an explosion.
I mean, it looks so bad.
Yeah, it does.
nowadays.
It really does.
I mean, it made us like cream our pants when it came out.
Yeah, because it was fucking rad.
The fun part about when this came out, if I hadn't been, like you said, Deadpool, I didn't know who Deadpool was till 2014. I didn't
Yeah.
know who that was.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
Really not talked about before
Yeah.
these movies.
Yeah.
I will say that the fight choreography, just like straight up fighting between Sabretooth and Wolverine, was fantastic.
And
Yeah,
Deadpool.
good.
Yeah, and the Deadpool stuff
thought
because he's
Deadpool was
flipping.
decent.
Yeah, that was really good. They did
Yeah.
a fantastic job there.
I just would have preferred
Rock
to
'em
see
off.
him with the fing with it and the shing ting ting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it would yeah,
It would have been cooler with the swords and less with the F.
with the Baraka claws.
My
Yes.
favorite was when Pretty Boy was up on the stair thing and
And
Wolverine was
Wolverine
Oh,
there
he's
chopping
chopping.
down.
It looks so silly. Oh,
It was just disintegrating, basically.
Yeah.
which with that, I guess unintentional, but we can go to comedy.
I mean, this movie had
Yeah,
it.
It had actual jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, those other ones did too, but I don't know. I feel like the jokes in this one weren't as funny. Moreover, as they were integrated.
Yeah.
Like,
They were put in there
Yeah,
correctly.
that's pretty
They put jokes in the movie correctly as opposed to just willy nilly.
yeah, they were very integrated.
He
Whereas,
still
you
did
know,
the middle
He
finger
still did the
claw.
middle
Yeah,
finger
yeah.
claw.
the,
Yeah.
the other movies had jokes very set up. Like, there was just a whole sequence that was made for a joke, like that storm sequence.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Do you know what happens to a toad when it is hit by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything
Yeah,
else.
We had another funny joke.
another one of those jokes in this movie.
My favorite line of the movie: the old man walks through. He says, "What does he say? You know what happens?
You know what
to
happens
men
to people who look for blood?
Blood.
They
I
find."
find it.
But that's
Like-
supposed to be a deep.
Yeah,
That
and it-
wasn't a
I-
joke.
but
the
that
problem-
was a
I feel
serious
like the toad
statement.
thing was supposed
But
to be for
but
real
the
too.
problem
It
was.
So, it was
Toad
the
was
delivery of it.
Yeah, it was the delivery. It absolutely was. And that's the problem, though, because we watched the first movie so recently that it just came across as the exact same line. Because it was just nonsense.
And this
Yeah.
movie was 9 years after the 2000 film. Because I remember when X-Men 1 came out, it was crazy hyped to hell and back.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got strangled on my...
Next up we'll just move on to universe building. This does set up the fact that Charles gets the X-Men
Yep.
at an early age, and you get Scott being there, and you get
Wolverine's history as
Wolverine's
well.
the one that
Yeah,
saved them all.
Wolverine
It's
loses
like,
his
did
mind.
Charles know this because he could have been inside his head.
he could have.
Yeah, my head,
I think it's one of those misconnection sort of things. He knows Professor was there looking for Scott. He knew what he was looking for. He wasn't looking for Wolverine, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who cares about a 100-year-old
I
mutant
mean,
when
you
I could
still
find
got
a young boy?
you still got Villain alive.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you-
Stryker is still
and Villain-
alive, which lets
actually-
X-Men 2 happen.
All three villains alive.
Yep, Sabretooth's still alive, which lets X-Men 1 happen. Deadpool's
happened?
still
Deadpool put his-
alive
put his head
because
back
post-credit scene, which lets the movie happen, but not really because we'll get to that. References and Easter eggs. We've got all sorts of other X-Men
Bunch of
thrown into
cameos,
this.
Yeah, just thrown in.
Yeah,
at the last
no
minute.
Stan Lee.
I was about to say, did anyone spot it?
No Stan Lee in this one.
Stanley.
He was in X-Men 2, not X-Men 1,
Yeah.
and then not in this one either.
Well, have you guys done 3 yet?
Yep, we did 3 also.
You didn't? Or was he not in 3?
He's in 3.
Okay.
Yeah, he just wasn't.
Or no, he's in 1 and 3, but not 2. That's what
Yeah.
it was. But yeah, so I mean, They throw in the touches of like, oh, guess who this X-Men character is as a kid. But other than that, they didn't really do a whole lot. Like the X-Force got set up, but then everyone's dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Can
You
you guys
know?
guess who the guy's shooting lasers out of his eyes?
That was Colossus.
It was oh man.
That was yes.
The Diamond Girl, that was Colossus.
That was Colossus. That's Colossus's girlfriend.
Does she show up more?
She does.
She's a main
She'll
villain.
show up in the next movie
That
that
was
we
it
watch.
before his sex change.
Spoiler alert.
It's common knowledge. Emma Frost is a villain.
What's,
How? I don't know that.
She doesn't
Oh.
know nothing about this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, come on.
I'm sorry.
I thought she was good.
who's
It's
bad?
cool. It's
Diamond
cool.
Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a villain.
I didn't know she was a villain.
Yeah, she's a
She,
villain.
look, she's one of those morally ambiguous
Yeah,
characters.
she's more of
She
an
kind of
ambiguous,
just
really.
does things to get her own way.
Like
That's
Sabretooth.
true. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Your
there you go.
sister just died.
It's true.
Mm.
That would definitely change you. But yeah, I mean, like this. I think this is a lot more fun than
Yeah, I want
I
more
like this
fun.
one the best.
we're gonna get. More fun is the good news. Nothing as goofy
No.
as this.
This was cheese
Definitely
town.
more fun.
So-
This is cheddar.
Unfortunately for this video, we don't have our old ratings like written down.
But they were
Did you
somewhere
write
around.
them down? I think it was like
8.
7.5, 8, and 8.5.
Yeah.
I didn't write them down. I did write down what was number 1, 2, and 3.
All right. Well, what is our?
Number one is number one is X-Men 2.
I think we gave it in like
8?
overall like an 8.5. Right?
8.5 overall. Yeah.
And then,
And
Then
then
it was X-Men 3.
3 got the 8,
Yeah.
and then 1 got the 7.
And then 1 got the 7.
man, I thought 3 was not as good, but 1 might not have been as good. As
One
2.
is because 1 was boring.
Yeah.
Is what it ended up. The problem with that.
Yeah, it was.
So
If this movie didn't have like the goofiness of it, this movie probably would have been down there too.
if it didn't have the camp of it,
yeah.
the campiness, it is not as good a movie.
But we kind of knew what it was going.
Yeah. It knew what it wanted to be, I suppose. So we're gonna rate this out of 12 now, I suppose.
8.75 out of 12.
God, you even go into 3/4.
I know.
I give it a 10.
10 out of
Out of
12.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Jeez.
That's a good rating.
Movie ain't that
Keaton?
good.
I'm gonna. Ooh, man, yeah.
I'd give it about a maybe a 9.5.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think about 9.5.
I mean, it did
Okay.
have huge jack.
I ain't gonna
So-
like this
so-
movie too much.
You 8, 7, 5, 10, 9 and a
Did I
half,
see
9
that
and a half.
Deadpool at the end?
What'd you say?
Everyone hates the
Nah,
Deadpool
like
at the end.
9.5.
9.5.
Okay, so yeah, I'll probably
I
stick.
remember loving this movie.
I'll probably
when it
stick
came
me
to
out.
too.
9.5, and we'll go about. Casey's dragging us down a little bit, so we'll go like 9.25
Yeah.
Yeah,
Overall.
we'll do that.
overall.
You're so serious.
So this is our new number 1.
Yay!
You like it? Did you like it more than the other 3 movies?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, way
Can I-
more. I like seeing Ryan Reynolds for like
Well,
Ryan
your
Reynolds-
rating doesn't say way more.
for like 5 minutes.
Ryan Reynolds was great for the
5
5 minutes he was on screen.
Yeah, great.
It's
What does
okay.
it say
There's
way more?
an
Your
hour.
rating.
There's an hour-long movie out there I've heard
8.75?
they're making
That
and
was
they're half
point-
made.
2.5 better than 3.
Right.
or
I
2.
liked it way more.
Can we?
I
Get,
did.
0.25 more.
Dude, you
Out of
lucky
12.
I can go point like 1.7. I could go even further. I will next time.
Oh gosh.
Good job.
What's the one more thing you got here, Keaton?
it's because of this film that the Deadpool movie rumors even started in the first place.
Absolutely.
It was because of this one.
This
Ever
this
since-
movie made that movie.
From my freshman year to most of my college, they talked about this concept. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd like y'all to remember that.
I do like the fact that that did spawn
Yeah, without this-
probably the best
Yeah,
second best
the
X-Men movie.
What's the best?
Logan.
Yeah, it's true. Logan's the best.
What's the best?
Logan.
What's the second best?
Deadpool. Yeah. So that'll do it for this X-Men movie review. Thank
It's
you guys
better
so much
than
for
Deadpool.
watching.
Down from here.
Really?
Yeah, probably. It's pretty much down from
yeah,
here.
Wolverine's the
We
best
can watch
character.
Deadpool just for shits. I mean, it is technically an X-Men movie.
That's funny. I've seen it.
Yeah.
How many people haven't seen Deadpool?
It's actually pretty good.
It's a really good movie.
Me and
I
Megan
think we've
watched
all
it.
seen that.
So yeah, no, we've seen that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Then we all
Then thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next
Peace
one.
out.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
everybody.